Hola, 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 hola. Hello, hello, hello. And welcome. Welcome to Tetas podcast. Okay, so today is a very special edition. It's my edition. So this is what happened. Today is my birthday, March 7th, in 1985, bazillion years ago. I was born. And I feel that was the first time that I was born. And then the second time is after the diagnostic like cancer. So today I make honor of that. Talking about my own journey. Today, the guest with myself and with the help with someone that is helping me since day one with the whole podcast situation. That is Gabe. This is the name. His name is Gabe, but I relation with agave. So for me, it was easy to connect. Okay, Gabe, but I think the pronunciation is Gabe, but I call him Gabe. So he will help me to navigate the whole questions and the conversation in order to make it a little more fluent, a little more conversational, very comfortable. And we've been connecting since the whole podcast started. So it'll be a fun conversation. It's all the time good to have people in your life with projects like this that support you in the way that Gabe's been supporting me since day one. So I this will be an episode where you will hear about my story and you will hear about all the changes, how to navigate decisions in life and and changes in your life, like don't have a boob and then need to take out your bra for sex and things like that people don't talk about it. I want to be open because it's been a roller coaster for me. These days they're amazing. These days they are like up, down. So I want to talk about that roller coaster. So stay with me for the whole time and we'll go and do that roller coaster together.
Well, thank you for giving a little appreciation finally. No,
It only take me like 9 episodes, 8 episodes,
No,
10
no.
episodes, or something like that.
I want to say this really quick, just like off the bat, and I think it's relevant to talk about how we met, which was you coming into the studio, acting like you had money to do this podcast. No, and I met Vanessa, and she is, as listeners of this podcast know, a great lady, great personality.
This is something that we need to talk about. Seriously, like I in that moment with so many medical bills, I don't have money for the studio, for things, for that. I was like, hey, can you give me a discount? And then I literally tell him like, can I clean your studio? I clean your studio. I'm good in this. Can I clean your studio? And then you help me with the podcast. And this dude is like, oh yeah, of course. I would not say no to a cleaning lady.
Yeah.
Well, it was amazing.
You did it once and you cleaned it to a level that I've never seen in about a half an hour. And I was like, what the heck is going on here? But let's just say that, but now we're a team and we're just doing this to do this. And I'm affected by cancer in my life in different ways, not Tetas cancer. Kulo. I don't want to say that's so, whatever. That's what it is. Yeah. And, but it's one of those things where you're my age, and it was really heavy to know what you have gone through. I've gone through things, but all of my stuff is self-imposed drug abuse, things like that. Right. So not to say I haven't had a rough time, but it's so different when you confront, you're the first person I ever met who has had a cancer journey at that point in my life. And it was really, really powerful because you're like me, you're my age and you just all this stuff. And to think you had already gone through that was really profound. And I really believe in your message and I love what we're doing.
I know.
So yeah.
Since day one. So
gracias. No, absolutely. Absolutely. So where do you want to, I know we talked about where you want to start, but it just makes sense to start with your cancer journey, how old you were and how you found out, which we've talked about on the show, but I don't think we've necessarily heard your direct experience.
So everything started in May 14, 2024. And I was 39 at the time. So the thing started in February. So in February, I find something under my arm. And then it was like a little knot. And I was like, okay, this is like got something in my underarm. Something's happened. I need to go there. I went to doctors and the doctor's like, oh yeah, yeah, nothing's happened. You're very healthy. You turn 9 years old. You don't, like your blood test is good. Just let's go home and wait until you're 40 and come back for a mastectomy in that point. A mammogram in that point. And I was like, wait, what? No. I feel something there. Can you double check? Okay, let's do an MRI. They're supposed to do the MRI, but they actually sent me home. And by May, when because I'm very good in like, this what happened. People don't know I have big boobs before. And then I usually diligent put like cream and stuff in my boobs. So when I was like putting cream after a shower, I was like, I feel something. I was doing like auto exam, and then I feel something like it feels like a popcorn. And I was like, this is happening. It's something in my boob now. I come back there. I was like pushing, hey, you have to do an exam for me. You have to do something, do an echo, do something. But you have to check if something happened in my boob. And that's when finally they're like, oh yeah, you know what? Let's do a biopsy. Let's do a biopsy and see what is happening there. And I remember going to this, like the robe, the thing, the whole moment, and I was like, okay, this is happening. We like performing a biopsy, and we were doing this, and I was like a little skeptical. I knew there was something wrong in my body, but I didn't know like how bad it would be because I don't have any family or friends with even closer friends and no one to have breast cancer before. So I was like, okay. I remember exactly that day. Like I was in a rope taking that 4:19 is basically my time that I run a marathon in 2021.
You
So
ran a mile in 4:19?
no, I run like a full marathon in 4 hours, 19 minutes. And then I said, like, if I run in under 4 hours, 30 minutes, I will literally tattoo that shit in my body because it's just such accomplishment.
Yeah.
And I did. I run it in 4 hours, 19 minutes. And I tattooed the thing. So that's the number you see, guys. And that was the biopsy they take. And I was like, wait, what? Okay, waiting time. I wait until May 14. And they finally called me and tell me, like, you know what? Yeah, you do have breast cancer. And I was like, wait, what? Like, why you don't tell me this in February? Why you don't like it's so much in the table in that moment that you're like, why, like, what? I don't know. It just your whole life changed with a call. Your whole life turned upside down. I remember I was like in the grass and I sitting down. I was working that day, and then I get out and then take the call, and I was like, what's next? What is next? Like, what
Can
is
I
next?
ask a couple questions here? So you said it was like a piece of popcorn in there.
Yep, in the boob. Yeah,
Do you mean that it like was it literally like a piece of popcorn as far as the shape? Like I mean, do you mean a seed or a pop kernel?
a pop already. Like
Really?
yeah, it was like a on regular little pieces. It was hard, but no, but kind of real hard. Like
Uh-huh.
it was different than the almond that I found in my underarm. So this one was like a popcorn. Like it feels like a popcorn.
How deep in your breast tissue was it?
It was not that big. I was able to touch it right away
Okay.
without doing more pressure. I was able to touch it. So
And
so
what did your because you didn't have history of it and all that stuff, where in your brain was it like this I know this is something, did you immediately go to cancer or you just
no,
kind of
not even a million. No, not at all.
okay,
That all was no cancer for me. Like it was I have something in my boob. They will
just a
check it
mass.
out. And I go through a surgery in my ovaries when I was like, yeah, I think my early 20s for a cyst. So I thought like, well, now I have a cyst in my boob. Like
Mhm.
something they will go remove and that's it. Done
Yeah.
deal. Like, no, I never ever thought in cancer. When they told me actually like you have invasive ductal carcinoma, I was like, wait, what? What is this? Like you have cancer. And I was like, no. I know there was something wrong, but I knew there was that wrong. Like,
When you went to make the phone call, what was your feeling, or when they called you, whatever it was it, because I'm just trying to get a sense for how shocking it was to you. Like, did you have a real oh, I'm getting a bad feeling at the last minute? Was there any indication from them where you go like, oh, this is going to be a serious call?
It was, I want to hear what is happening. It was a lot of anxious, but I was working. I work in events. So I was working. I was in event. It was volunteers there. And it was, so I was like kind of distract myself that morning. But then when the call, finally when the call arrived, I was ready. I was ready. Okay, tell me what's happening. And then he's, yes. The
How did they say it to you?
are you sitting down or you in a safe place? And in a safe place. I was like,
Hmm.
what? What? I am outside my office. What?
Did that, and that must have started your heart going, I
Of
would assume.
course, when they tell you
Of
that stuff,
course.
is like, okay, this is a serious business.
Hmm.
What do you have to say? And I'm like, and I was like, what do you have to say? Just tell me. I don't, because they were also telling like, do you want to come to the office? You want? I want nothing. I want to just tell me what you need to
Yeah.
tell me and tell me right now. And that is what the nurse was. Oh yeah, you test positive. You test positive for invasive ductal carcinoma. And I in the moment I didn't understand. Like, wait, what do you mean? What? Oh yeah, you have cancer. You have breast cancer.
Wow. And what when that happens and you hear that, do you get lightheaded? Do what do you think about? What's your first?
In the moment was very surprisingly I was in the because my brain is not like all go mode. And my mom was like, okay, this has happened. What's next? I remember I asked her, what is next? What is the
Mhm.
treatment? What is next? What is next? And she's like, we cannot give you like all that information. We need to do different exams and different things to do, and this and that. And that's what like I was like, okay, like I was a little confused. Then I was like, I put it in a go mode. Okay, I need to call who I call in. So I call my sister, and I was like, she didn't answer. I was like, okay, she's working. She didn't answer. Okay, good, good, good. I go to my mom, and then I call my mom. She does answer, and then like I feel the first time that I shared the news, like, mom, I have breast cancer. It was the first time the sink in. And
Mhm.
I was the funny thing is I was like, finally I was holding my sister, and then I was that day, I was also buying a car. So I remember talking to my sister that night because you don't have answers. In the first day, you get that diagnostic and you don't have answers, right? So I remember talking, and then I was like, I don't know if I will pick out the car because I don't know. I
Mhm.
don't know if I will be alive. I don't know if I need a car. If I will be dead, and like that. And the bitch of my sister is like, bitch, you need a car. You actually go and get a fucking Ferrari. If you die, you at least die in style. Like you would die in style in your Ferrari. And I was like, bitch, I will not get a Ferrari because if I don't die, I don't have money to pay that shit. So let's just keep the plan of like a regular little car. And she's like, okay, yeah, just go and get the car. Just then you figure out after, but you, bitch, you need a car. So I'm like, okay, okay. So,
what did you this might be a weird question, we can skip it if you want, but uh, do you feel like when you called and told your core of people the news, I don't even know how I would respond. I guess I've gone through it recently and I can't even remember how I responded. Do you feel like you got back what, no one can prepare for that. So what did you, I don't know. How did you feel about the response you got?
um, I feel with my
Alone?
mom, and we're like, well, with my mom, I feel like it was a moment that and that happened a lot during the cancer journeys where you are sharing that information. You need to comfort the person in front of you. You need
Mhm.
to be there for the person in front. It's super real position because you are, navigating to all this chitty show. But then also you need to be strong enough to what that person in front of you dissemble. You're like, hey, no, especially if it's your mother. You're like, hey, no, everything will be okay, mom. Like, I'm not. Like I will be okay. I would like do everything in my hand to
Mhm.
stay alive. And but I remember like her first reaction was like, like how this can be happen. Like it was just so many times that I find myself comforting. Yes, the person in front of me. So you find
Where
that a
you were
lot.
comforting the person you're telling?
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
Oh,
It's
wow.
it's a lot of times when that happened. That happened with my mother, and that happened with that happened more often that at least in my journey than what I was expected. Like to oh wow, because you don't know the relationship people have with cancer. Like for example, with my mom was very hard because one of her best friends Laurita, she get cancer, and my mom was there when she go through the whole journey with the whole like. So for my mom was the relation that she has is like with this friend they go through this and she saw all that, so it's like oh wow, like now my daughter go through that. So cancer is a word the way you present it in front of someone is what is the relation of that person with cancer, and depending of that you get a reaction. And then
Hmm.
for me it was like a lot of times again I comforting the people in front of me because yeah.
Did you feel resentful about that at all in the moment, or is just what it is?
No,
Yeah.
it is what it is. It is what it is, and then I.
At least they care, I guess.
Yes, yes, yes. People care. People care. Like
Hmm.
people in general, people care. Like some people show they care different than others, but people care in general. So for me, it was
I'm sorry, I gotta ask more when you say people show different. And let me say this real quick. There's no way in hell we're gonna get this done in a half hour. Okay. It's like, let's just dispense with that. We're at 20 minutes now and we've not started. But this is fascinating. It's important. Just like let's lean into this, have a good conversation, but we'll be out well before your time.
okay.
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 So anyway, this is great. So what when you say people show it differently or whatever, are there any funny like things that you can laugh at now?
No, not really.
Okay.
No, not really.
No.
Okay,
What
yeah.
okay. What is there anything you can say for people where you go, don't do it this way? Like if someone comes to you, don't do this.
Well, please don't tell a person I have cancer. Yes, this can be a whole episode about don't tell a person
Yeah.
they have, don't tell a person they have cancer. Oh, you look so good for having cancer. What am I supposed to look? Did I suppose, how a person with cancer look to you? Things that you don't say. Number two, oh, I have an auntie that she died of cancer. Don't tell me that. In that moment that I shared in the news with you, the last thing that I want
These
is
are
like knowing
terrible.
about your auntie that died from cancer. Like I don't want to know that. I don't want to know. Let's not go there. Yes, that is the top two come to my mind.
Someone actually said that. Oh, I know someone who died of
Oh,
cancer.
multiple times. Oh, you
Wow.
get cancer. Oh, I have a cousin. She died for cancer. Oh, okay. How
That's
I
one of
go?
the funniest things I've ever seen in my or heard in my life. I mean, how terrible,
How
but
you go from there? Like I was like, oh, like in that moment,
yeah,
they comforting that I was talking to you. Like, oh, I'm so sorry, your cousin died because of the cancer. Like
right.
it's so sad. Like,
It's like them saying like, "But you're too beautiful to have cancer,"
oh,
or something like that.
oh,
Like,
I hear that a lot. Like, what? You look so good, but you look so good. You look healthy.
yeah, yeah.
Okay, that we take that as a compliment, I guess.
I guess you
But
know what? Take them where you can get them. Like,
what the heck?
so
That's
so through this journey as you go through this, let me help you keep moving along. I'm sorry, I kind of derailed you there, but that was great. So we got this picture.
injections. That is treatment times. That is actually the first time that I go to the Piper Cancer Clinic to get. They induced a menopause to me for some months. I think it was 6 months in the beginning. So then they put injections in your tummy. Not fun at all.
That
And
sounds horrible.
oh, horrible, so painful. And then it's not anesthesia, so they just put like a little bag of ice. You hold it, and then they come with like. It's not fun. It's fast and furious, but it's not fun. And like it is just it is just unexpected. But it was part of. I didn't because my cancer was a stage 1.
That's what I was going to ask you next. Okay.
Yes, my cancer was a stage 1. So this is what happened. Like they give me the option because it was two little tumors around my boob, and then they like give me option to like move it. Take the because it was multifocal, they can take a little pieces and do a lumpectomy. Is the name of little part of the boob. Or you can go a mastectomy and they take the whole boob. If they tell me if you go to mastectomy, you don't need to receive radiation. And because you're stage 1, you don't need, and your oncotype, that is like basically cancer marks in your cancer, in your cells, in your tumors, your oncotype is very low. So this is what happened. You don't need chemo, and radiation is in your hands, depending on what you decide. But it's also in your body T cells. There are cells that are fighting for you. So some people go all in with a flat chest, but for me, and after looking for information here and there, and my decision again, we don't do in medical advice here. I go for like, you know what? I will keep my left boob there. In that way, the T cells are still there, and then we can talk a lot about later about what also stimulated I get from that boob. So I was like, I cannot get rid of this boob.
Maybe
But-
move it to the middle.
Literally, like we just moved to the middle. Like,
Right.
I just need like a one.
I just want one nice
I need
tip.
one, I need
Right.
one little gap because I cannot make it to places that I want to be without my little stimulation here. So I was like, keep it there. But the other one go all in because I don't want radiation. But that's just treatments. Treatments are part of your full-time job. Go to treatments. And it sucks, but it's something that you have to go. You are go-go mode when you are in active treatment, whatever active treatment look for you.
Let me ask you one more question that kind of backs us up, but I think it's really relevant. Is where were you at in terms of insurance at that time?
My insurance, it was the insurance that you have the highest deductible you can have in life. Because I was like, I was running marathon and living my best life.
Yeah.
So I was
You're
like,
young.
I don't want to pay insurance thing. Let me put like ridiculous amount of, and then I pay little monthly. But that means that all that deductible and all that place and all that things is not like is basically in the beginning of the packet until you reach your deductible. And not only that, when you go to look for the second opinion, that is my must advice for everyone. Look for second opinions. Don't stay with the first time. I remember the first team that I met, it was this doctor was like a reading a script. Do you have the ductal carcinoma? You need to go to multiple, like you need to take your breast mastectomy is recommend. Like I cannot even ask question. And the assistant was like, no, don't. I was like, no. Like I need a second opinion, a third opinion. I go to Mayo, even when it's out of network. I go to Mayo. It costs me thousands and thousands of dollars to get the opinion for them. Like how is the best treatment in my case, because I want to treat the cancer when the cancer was in me. So I did that, and then the oncotype basically before and after the surgery is so many. For me, information is value, and you collect information when you go and meet with different teams with different perspective. I go to a holistic treatment as well. I go to Costa Rica and take all these edemas, like they do edemas, they do ayurveda, they do cleansing, like it was juicing, it was like all squeezing your body from all the corners you can imagine in order to make it cleaner and cleanse all these cells. So take different approaches, see what is there, like look for different opinions, but all this costs a lot of money. So I was blessed enough that my friends, they're like, you know what, let's set up, what's the name?
GoFundMe.
The GoFundMe, exactly. Let's do a GoFundMe and so that was amazing because it helped me, give me the freedom to go there and do all this stuff that I think is very needed. But not all of people have this privilege. So
Right. So and that's what I was gonna say. Like if you're, is it one of those things where you just go, look, because I think it's good advice for people, because there's people like me who can be a little fatalist maybe about themselves, and who can just be like, well, I don't have the money for it. Like, what's the point? I don't know. I can see a version of myself. I have children, so I wouldn't do this now. But if this happened when I didn't have children, I'd probably just kind of go, no, kind of like this is my fate kind of thing, and maybe wouldn't advocate or do those extra things. Or do you just run up the tab as high as it goes? Because, do they turn you down? Like, do they ask about how you're going to pay?
they don't.
I mean, I know they ask about insurance, but
No hospital turn you down.
Okay.
Everyone see you, and then you receive all those bills in home. That's
Hmm.
the fun part. Yeah.
And you can't declare bankruptcy on those, right?
You can declare, like, you can declare it, but that will affect your whole finances and stuff. For me,
Yeah,
that's
for 3 years.
like
Fucking do it. If you haven't, you should, for real.
okay. Then let me clarify. In this podcast, we
I'll
also
give.
not
No,
giving,
I know, I know.
no are not giving financial advice.
You can call me on the side. No, I'm joking. I'm joking.
Okay. Wow.
I'm half
wow.
joking. I'm partially joking, but yeah.
You all know.
It's your
It's
life,
not
is
your-
all I'm saying.
Yes,
It's your
sir.
life. So do what you need to do.
Exactly. Everyone,
Yeah.
as I all the time say, we all
That's
take
what
the-
I mean.
We all take the decisions we literally need to take with the information we have in front. And that is the best decisions.
Mm-hmm.
Is a lot of regrets when new information coming, and then you feel like, oh shit, I take a bad decision there. No. You don't take a bad decision. You take the decision with the information you have in front of you. That is different thing. So it's so much there, especially with treating cancer. Like you need the nation.
That's a great picture.
I love that picture.
Mhm.
Okay, so that picture, guys, is what I didn't know that I will have chemo or not. So they say, like, if you have chemo, you need to, of course, will lose your hair is common. So I'm like, I have long hair, and I was like, I would just donate this, and that.
But she's really smiling because she looks great with short hair. Like at the
I
end
was
of the day.
surprised. My whole life, I was never with short hair, and when I cut the hair, and I was like, look so good. I was like, so smiling. Also, smiling for me come by default as my mechanism of, like, by default what I come back to, like, and it's been hard for me even with all this journey, like, let it go of that sometimes can be toxic positivity too.
This is what I wanted to ask you about, actually, because I know you well enough to know that you feel a lot of I know your family dynamic now a little bit too. And it's like you can be the type of person who wants to make things work and make things upbeat and positive. And I can see that causing more pain on the back end in a sense, especially if you feel that need to do that. If there's someone who's starting to go through this, do you feel like that was a healthy way for you to approach it? Or do you feel like, you know what I mean? I mean, you only can do what you do, but.
No, it's
Mhm.
part, I may say, it's part that help with the, yeah, keep a positive attitude of, like, things will be okay, because no matter what, things will be okay in the end. And
Mhm.
if it's not okay, it's because it's not the end. So that is something that I understand later, as well as, like, that attitude that I have. Yes, it helped me a lot, but also it's a lot of time where you put mask, and I'm very good in put mask of,
Mhm.
especially in hard times, like hard times, I put mask. And I learned since little with my humor, with my smile, with my personality, get the whole situation kind of less lifted, the situation. Let's be energetic, positive, and that's it. And it helps in some points, but it also can be bad, because the first thing that in therapy they tell me, like, you need to go and visit your sadness, your anger, all the emotions that are coming with this situation.
So let's actually address that real quick. How much anger, what were the big emotions you were not um using as much or showing?
Okay, this is anger. I have anger with the system. The medical system is not set up. I trust in the medical system, but it's not set up in a way of cure the patient. It's set up in a way to keep the chronic disease patient there, to need more treatments, to need more diagnostic, to need more. It's
Mhm.
just such a pharmaceutical industry. I'm mad with the pharmaceutical industry. I'm mad with our food industry. And
Mhm.
I truly believe, maybe it's a conspiration in my brain, but this food, the people that is making our food is the people that are making our medicines. And then, like, how
Mhm.
much is there? So for me, it's like all these of, I start making huge changes in my food, because I am mad that they are intoxicating us all, like, with all this sugar, with all these things, with food industry is like, we need to be very careful about terms and what do you eat, because if it's fed grass, it now need to be finished grass, because that means that the cow was outside for a little bit, but then they put it inside and put antibiotics as well. So it's just so much anger through the big machine, the big system.
Mm-hmm.
The numbers of cancer is not increasing, is decreasing. And then yet it's part because it's more diagnostic or early diagnostic. But no, it's part also because of all what's happening in our world with the food we are consuming, with the air pollution, with all the plastic and microplastic in everything and anything from clothes to anything that we have there. So I'm angry. I'm angry that it is for me a solution to cure cancer. Yes, but do you will get rid of your little chicken of gold eggs or whatever you call that? I don't feel that they are ready for this. This cancer industry is a millionary industry. So
Mm-hmm.
it is so much more that we can be doing. Yes, I feel frustrated. Yes, because I feel that we need to talk more about the relationship between toxicity of alcohol and especially breast cancer, the estrogen, and especially like my case, like estrogen and prostogen, like hormone feeder cancers, is a very, very good correlation between the alcohol and a scientific proof between the alcohol and the cancer for breast cancer specific and other cancers. No one talk about this. No one talk about you can have control of what you eat and what you consume, and no one talk about this. So I'm angry about that. That part made me angry.
Right.
Really.
Which is why you do all the advocacy and do the show.
Yes,
Part of it, right? I mean, part of it.
absolutely.
Yes.
Every time that I have an opportunity, and I would be like a place for me to go, like get this information out as much as I can. Not from the fact that, hey, you can be doing something and it's in your hands, because I don't want to blame. I don't want that you feel, oh, well, I have cancer because it's my fault, because I've been drinking or because I've been eating sugar or because no, not at all. Like cancer cells can trigger like this in everyone. They have cells. If you
Mhm.
have cells, you can have cancer. But it is stuff that we can do in order to be as a seed, like or soils. Or soil can be healthy in that way. Less wheat will grow. It will grow the more native and beautiful
Mhm.
instead of the wheat. So
Yeah.
we have a little control on that. Yes. Not that many people talk about that control now. And I know that it's not because of my oncologist. I love my oncologist. Like I love them. Like those teams are amazing. But the system is not put it in that corner to educate the patient to that. This is something that we need to do outside the medical
Yes.
facilities.
Yeah. Yeah. I mean, we're the only culture that sells food that's not food to people. We say it's food, and then you look at the drag. It's like, this isn't food, and they go, yeah, it is.
Yeah.
Sure, it's demonic.
Eat
But
organic, people. Eat organic.
yeah,
Please.
yeah. Start a garden. Um. So okay. So now we're kind of moving to the actual surgery and that decision.
Yes. Decisions.
So if I'm understanding right, the Tetas are no
Yes.
more. No, no, I know that.
Hey
Yeah.
guys, I have a humongous implants. Like you were like I'm skinny, like kind of petite in a way, but then these things were like big, right? Like they were like taking over like my chest.
The size of that implant in your hand, do you know the size that it is?
Oh, this one I don't know. This one I don't think that is that big as
Yeah, I would
if
say I think it looks like the picture would be like if you threw that in a bra, it would be pretty close to what you were.
maybe a little more even.
Okay.
I have big boobs. What is this? I have big boobs, yes.
Yes.
So
So like tell us about that decision when they
this
bring that,
Yep.
you know.
They are like the team were pushing because of my age. Like, you too young. It's a lot of active sex life and beautiful life there.
Uh-huh.
You should need like some boobs. It's kind of by default what they tell you, like, hey, go put your boobs. You're young. You need boobs. For me, it was a decision I coming from years and years of having my implants. And not just that, like I knew it that for me was not an option in one surgical time having the implants put it in. So I need to go to another surgical time, another surgery for my body. My body was recovering, like my body is recovering for all these cancer cells, and then it need to recover for an aesthetic point of me putting a boob there. Not only that, I know stories about people that I know personally, like we chat about it. The skin didn't seal, so she need to go to a third chirurgical time because the skin didn't seal, and then the whole implant was. So it's like putting your body under stress. For me, again, no medical advice
Hmm.
here. For me, it was like putting my body to more stress when my body's already in stress. My body's already fighting cancer. And then now my body would need to fight all the inflammation that come after the surgery, all the acceptance, because your body need to accept these little plastic things. So I was like, you know what? I will close it up, and then that's it. And I did, and I feel happy about it. I talked to my plastic surgery. She was there, amazing. And instead of my surgery be like this, that is usually what the line of the scar is, my scar is like a T. So I can put bikini and you can actually don't see the scar, but it's good.
So, and let me make sure I just understood this right, because maybe this might be where I expose myself as a dumb guy again. Are you saying that you had implants before?
I did.
Okay.
Yes.
Well, then why didn't you say anything when I said, "Gosh, you had huge boobs for being so skinny"?
I love your shit. Because it was my boobs. I paid for it.
No,
You
I
pay for your implants.
understand.
They are your
I
implants.
understand. I'm just such an idiot that I'm
I
just in
have
shock at
I
what an idiot
have
I am.
implants. I have implants before. I
Yeah,
have
yeah.
380
Hmm.
cc's on it. But I have a little boobs before too, so that make it a little bigger. And I'm very skinny, so that make it even bigger. So
Yeah.
I have boobs for so many years. Yes.
And so in knowing the this is gonna sound weird, but the women I've dated or known who have really nice boobs tend to have some pride in their boobs, right? Like it's something they take some pride sexually in and just in their who they are, right? Like we all I've got some decent eyes, right? So it's like you
This
learn to
is this is something like if you have a picture with like my old picture, like this is something that's so hard for me to navigate, because this is what happened. Boobs, dude, dad, that is me. That is a picture of me that is still hard to believe that is still me. is
well, well,
is it is me. It is me, like it's
I
just
thought it
a
was you.
different
I thought it was you now.
version of me. It's what you say, like it's so much proud in our boobs, and my boobs were like, of course, chirurgical perfected, and I have that was Coupe D or something like that. So you see all these long hair and big boobs, and
Yeah, you
I
should be rich.
saw.
I
God,
mean, let's just be honest.
so much it was so much of, even now, like seeing that picture is hard for me, because it's like it is so much changes, and it's so much changes in the woman's body. That changes of like you don't have no boobs no more, and then that is something that's so correlated of you as a female. Your boobs are that like it is part of you. Your
Yeah,
boobs are, yeah, I have a humongous boobs, but in
I've noticed.
general,
Yes.
like people that don't have humongous boobs, but they have only their boobs, but it's such a part of what you are, like your boobs are as a woman. It's such a feminism on it that is it's so extremely hard when you go through the changes. I remember my therapist, they helped me with the transition after the surgery. She told me, hey, you literally need to approach it that it will be no better or worse. They will be different. When they take the bandage of you, after, like when the surgery come, and that you need to mentally be prepared that it will be different. It will be no better or worse. It will be different. But it was like a message that I repeated every time. That is, yeah, the first time that they take the bands out is a message that you need to keep repeating yourself. Like it's just different. It's just different. And that's what, even with the drains on it and everything, is
What do
it's
those drains actually do? Like what are they draining?
dry, because it's a lot of inflammation in the tissue. So it's
Okay.
a lot of liquid. Or after the surgery, it's a lot of liquid. After they take all, it's a lot of liquid. So they help
Hmm.
dry it, that all that liquids go out to the drain instead of still there. And that way is faster recovery with it. with the dry faster from the inside out. So it's it's hard to even see the pictures. I was looking through pictures to, of course, put it together for today, and but it's just so many changes in your body, so many changes in your mood because they mess it up with your hormones. So
Oh my God.
it's a roller coaster. It's a deep roller coaster that you go through.
What was your so first of all, were you dating someone when this happened?
I dating. We go to the dating life. No. Dating has been a telenovela for me the whole like my whole life, right?
Your life would be a telenovela. Okay. I know you well enough for that.
This
But
is a telenovela thing, right?
Mhm.
So dating. Oh my goodness. Okay, so one thing that is weird to mention here, like, but it's been in common, like two or three actually are my guesses, and myself included. I'm divorced, and we come from domestic violence. So that is something that I think marked me and take a little of that innocent part of like I was like ah. So, but after that I heal. I learned to heal and stuff, and I date again. When you have big boobs, it's very easy to date. You're like, "Dun,
Mhm.
dun, 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 dun." So I may say that this is what happened. It took me a while to be comfortable with my body because I come from a Catholic semi-intern. Basically we spend there until 1 p.m. or 2 p.m. every day with the nuns, semi-intern Catholic school, and they're like, sex is bad, sex
Mhm.
is bad, sex is bad. So you learn that like sex is not bad, sex is amazing, like sex is
Yeah.
epic. Like, are you kidding me?
Sex is only bad if you're doing it wrong.
Sex is epic, like it's just epic thing.
Mhm.
So I learned that late in life. And even when you see like the whole booth and stuff with my model pictures and stuff, it was for me, it was always like, okay, yeah, I feel comfortable. My body's beautiful, let it up. No, no, yes, yes. So it was a journey. And, so when everything happened, I was kind of dating here and there informally. I was having sex here and there as a 30 something years old woman. So, but I always have feel comfortable. Like, like I don't fucked the first date. I don't even kiss the first date. But after some dates, I was like comfortable to, like, let's do this, let's have sex. And it was, like it was awesome. And it was something that I knew that I need to adjust after my, like after after my diagnostic and everything. So yes, it changed the dynamic of how I behave in bed. Yes. Let's face it.
You mean like less confidently or
I mean,
just
of course, before I was like
still?
taking my t-shirt and like,
Yeah.
yes, here is my boobs, my perfect boobs. They are surgery
Uh-huh.
done for me. Now it's like, hey, wait, what? Hey, wait a minute. It changed what you feel when you have scars. It changed what even if you have a husband. I don't have husband in my, so it's even more hard because it's like building that relation in order to you feel so vulnerable
Mhm.
that you will open your body, your scars to someone. And don't get me wrong, I learned that my beauty is, and our beauty is in what we are as a person, but it's hard when you have like your chest have these scars. So it is hard, and it's sex is something that people don't talk about. It people don't talk the tamoxifen make dry your vagina, dry vagina, and tamoxifen. Tamoxifen is the medicine for cancer. So
Okay. Thank you. Okay, yeah.
what? People don't talk about this. So it's like it is happen. Tamoxifen dry your vagina. You have scars in your chest. You have all this going on. And on top of that, you have a hormone roller coaster because of treatment. And it's not linear, the mental health. So it's just so much going on. On top of that, it's been hard, but I feel that it's been more meaningful. Like because like going there and expose yourself in that level of intimacy
Yeah.
it's been different.
You have to trust the person more, right?
Absolutely. I mean, let's face it. I don't want the people to think that I was fucking everyone around. So
She was a
first of
hoe.
all,
No.
let's clarify that right there. But
She's
eh,
still a Catholic girl on one. Yeah.
hey, we were talking about the faith. Faith is something that look.
Yeah.
Faith is something that truly put me in the journey of But no, yes, it's definitely sex is something that is not talked about there, and it's a very hard part of coming back because sex is part of our lives, and boobs are
A super important part.
of what make us
Right.
like literally. I cannot come. If it's no stimulation in my boob.
Hang on, let me write this down. I'm joking. Let me ask you this. This is a deeply inappropriate question, I suppose, but it makes sense here. I don't understand mastectomies that well. So, do you have a nipple on the one you get the mastectomy?
Sometimes they can do mastectomy, they can leave the nipple, but the nipple is more for decoration because
Okay.
all the nerves and everything is removed. In my case,
That's what I was curious about.
in my case, it was so close to the tissue, the cancer tissue, that they have to remove it all. So I don't have even nipple, even nothing
Mhm.
there.
Do you think about getting the tattoo?
I've been thinking about it,
Yeah.
but I'm not sure yet.
Yeah.
But yeah, thinking about it. Yes.
Unnecessary.
Not necessary. Exactly.
It is and then this is the more inappropriate one. Has the feel of the existing nipple been enhanced from that, do you feel like? Do you feel like you're more sensitive than you were pre-surgery? No?
This guy was always
Always always the on button. Right.
always a good behavior. So nope, it's all good right there. So yep, we all fine. Yes.
So getting through that and I think that so do you at what point in dating do you feel a need to tell the gentleman about
I was in dating apps. I'm not anymore, but I was in dating apps, and I was like, I say something this in the first date or the second date. When
Uh-huh.
you say that, they're like, hey, I have cancer, and by the way, I only have one boob. What? So I put peace with. Don't say it like in the beginning. Like don't say it in chats. I usually chat with the person, and then with his connection, okay, let's go and meet in a person.
Mhm.
I have a lot of first dates. It's hard with me having a second one.
Mhm.
But in those first dates, if a conversation feel comfortable, I shared it. Like, yeah, I go to cancer. I have one boob and stuff. Like
Yeah.
the thing progressed. Like to
Sorry.
like.
I'm thinking of another story you told me that is one of the greatest stories. When you went on a first date and then the guy did not look like his picture and you got up and left and said, "I'm sorry."
Like we all been catfishing in this life, so it's
I know, but very few people in Minnesota have the balls to actually get up and call him on it. That's why I love it. I thought it was great. I would do it, but I'm a monster, so yeah.
Gosh.
But,
But anyways, but yes, it's been it's been a journey. It's been a journey. Like the first time that I take my top out after surgery was scary as fuck, but I feel comfortable now. I feel good, and I'm. So it is good. It is good, and yeah.
how did you react when you saw it first time? Do you start crying? Do you know what I mean? Like,
It was different. I think I make my mental note to be that, to just be different, not be worse, not be better, just be different.
mhm,
There is you. It was that I see in the mirror, and I was like, this is different. It's grief. It's grief.
mhm. You
Of
mourned the Teta.
it's grief, and
Yeah.
it was very real for me because it was grief. I go to that grief of lose my boobs and stuff, and that was in August 2024, and then 3 months later, I go to grief to lose my dad. So I lost my dad very unexpected. So all the grief that you feel with, oh, that is my dad, that is in our city, Maracaibo, in Venezuela. I'm from Venezuela, guys. Hoo-hoo! You maybe see us in the news these days. And
Yeah.
it's just, yeah, it's just, It just a lot of happen, a lot at once, and I know that it's a sentiment of a lot of people. Like we are in Minnesota. It's a lot of chitty show around Minnesota. It's a lot of it's a lot of grief. It's a lot of grief for the ones that are not with us. This is my family. It's missing my brother there and my other sister, Linda, and my brother Victor and or Elias. Um, that is my sister, my mom, my dad, and this is what happened. And family is so important. Family, love, connection, community, all those things are so important. That feeling of, and I have a lot of little tattoos with messages, but all those feelings that we connect is the important part. And yes, it's hard times, and sometimes it's difficult times in our families, in our community, and in our lives, in our health. But the important part is like understanding that everything is transitional. Nothing is forever. Nothing is forever. And then everything will pass. Everything will pass. Make respect and peace. For me, it's been hard, especially with the sadness. Like it's hard for me. Let that tears out. It's hard. It's hard. It's hard, and I fight back. But sometimes it's just hit. Sometimes I spend nights crying. Sometimes before I go to that MRI, I just cry because it's so much anxiety of like, is the cancer coming back? Is the cancer coming back to take me this time? Is it's so much unknown. It's so much unknown in the whole equation. It's just so much of pain and moves and medications and terms and information and feeling all pampered when all your family and friends are there in the beginning, and then feeling where everyone go after the active treatment is done. But in the end of the day, like we all humans, we all humans going through human experience. I define we are spiritual beings being a human experience, but dude, making connection with all those feelings is so important. So I just wanna, yeah, I just wanna let everyone there be honest with the whole spectrum of emotions and feelings, and feel your feelings. Feel your feelings. Exactly. That would be the closing line. Feel your feelings.
Feel your feelings and keep going, right? Like keep going, keep
Amen.
doing what you're doing,
Amen.
like what
Amen.
Vanessa's doing,
And
and
that is being part of what to do with what happened to me. It's not what happened to us, but what we do with what happened to us. Resilient. We are more resilient. We are more strong than we think. What happened to us? That is in one of the conference. That is when Star TV make an episode about the podcast and how the podcast start, like Tetas podcast start because the conversations with other people going through breast cancer helped me to take decisions, medical decisions, personal decisions, financial decisions. Like when everything was so turbulent, so I'm like, I need to put this conversation out. I need to do that, and it gave me so much joy to see how far it become, because now it's not only a podcast, it's a brand. It's like I create merchandise for people, and then this merchandise helping people with in the Hispanic community right now, and with everything that's happening in Minnesota, is helping with that to like get funds for groceries and stuff. Where these people that are facing cancer are also facing this turbulence time. So part of the profit of all this merchandise also is create that awareness. Like, hey, I think I have one here. Like, hey, you can, like toast yourself, take a diagnostic exam, exercise, adjust your diet, stay aware. Like, is messages there in the merchandise, but it's more about what is becoming and the becoming community. We get together in events. Yes, you took this picture. You took this
that's
picture,
right.
yeah.
No
This when
live
I
event that was awesome. It was
yeah, yes,
beautiful.
and
How much? Yeah,
thank you so much for all the people like Ava, for the team, and you to be there and record the podcast, the people for Breast Cancer Education Association, and everyone that show up for different organizations and supportive, uh, being in community. Right now, more than ever, we need to lean in our community, in the people that we love and love us. And that is the only way to go through very difficult times. So I want to thank you, first of all, Gabe, for being part of the journey. I know it will be a
No, thank
super
you.
fun conversation with you. I want to thanks all the listeners there. Like everything that I share is deeply in my heart and deeply my thoughts and my experiences. Not whatever you do this and whatever decision you take with the information you have is the best decision. Believe in that. And we're here. Tetas is here very soon. The Tetas podcast, the website will be there, and the LLC is already there. So I sign off all the things for everything is legit. Everything is becoming what I do, what happened to me. So I want to leave you guys with today what you will do and what was happening to you. I love you all and thank you so much for listening to Tetas podcast.
NBC. No relation to NBC.